Hello, everyone. I all hope you had a very wonderful day and a very, very blessed evening and a blessed weekend indeed. And I all hope you're enjoying your mornings and your afternoon as well. Guys, sorry for the misunderstanding. That I was not exactly gonna shoot this week Monday. I meant on the actual holidays that are exactly coming. I was exactly quietly a bit confused between the school. I thought that the school about to close this. I thought the holidays were this week, but it looks like I was wrong. So I made a huge mistake. So please forgive me for that, guys. But despite that, guys, I appreciate your support and your guys viewing my episodes. It means gratefully a lot to me. It means truly a lot to me. I'm very grateful for you guys. Just know that. On today's episode, we are to speak about Sacred Light, who's a dark magic user and a high-ranking member of an ancient secret society of supervillains known as the Order of the Twelve. So we can exactly begin. In the early centuries, Secret Light was a follower of the original Lolo Magic, who he helped the Dark Druids and the Dark Witches in their experiments, in the sinister experiments in activating dormant, terraforming planets to destroying the rest of the Four Nation Hunters and in wiping them out. During at that time, Sacred Light used his newfound dark magic abilities such as light energy and dark light energy abilities in order to manipulate shadow energy and dark magic at will. During at that time, the original Lolo Magic was very quietly satisfied with Sacred Light's ability and as well as his power and as well as his dark magic powers and his abilities as well, which he commanded him to become the high second, which is why he commanded him to becoming the high second command power member of the dark magic users known as the Dark Druids and the Dark Witches and the Dark Faithful. Sacred Light accepted the original Lord Magic's offer, and he decided in order to use his abilities in order to make sure that the Shadow Empire would remain in power and would remain in control of the universe and of the sacred world and of the sacred universe as well in the process. During at that time, Sacred Light and the Dark Druids and the Dark Witches conducted experiments utilizing the shadow energy's power and its capabilities into making sure that the shadow empire would remain the dominant and powerful force in the known universe and in the sacred universe as well. After that, during at the time, the Four Nation Hunters ambushed the dark magic users with a sinister plan on the other sinister base, on the other bases of operation, where Sacred Light was quietly highly active with his power. Sacred Light used dark fire and magic abilities in order to fight against the Four Nation Hunters, and he was successfully able to drive them off away. During at that time, one of the Four Nation Hunters destroyed and decimated 4 or 5 dark magic users, and also 6 of witches were decimated, and 7 of the druids and 8 of the faithful were decimated. While the others successfully escaped, Sacred Light decided to use his newfound abilities of dark magic to create a huge, powerful dark magic spell that can exactly trap the enemy in a dark illusion, which was able to successfully do so. By doing so, at that time, it disoriented the enemy enough for him to exactly teleport away. He teleported straightly into the central headquarters of the Shadow Empire and told the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders that he's hereby rescinding the offering, he's hereby resigning from the Shadow Empire and also resigning from the by serving the original Noble Magic and the other dark magic users. The Shadow Empire warlords were very quietly displeased and are very quietly happy with this development of seeing Sacred Light resign, and they told Sacred Light that he has to stay on. Sacred Light exactly refused, and the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders took out their daggers and their guns in order to purposely exterminate and kill this dark magic user. But Sacred Light had a card up his sleeve which was able to use this dark magic to teleport himself quickly before anything else could exactly happen. After that, Sacred Light came to planet Earth over time, supplying another sacred criminal organization known as the Outer Circle that is quietly founded and led by Kenny and Caroline, who are two supervillain criminals with the goal of stealing technologies from other worlds and from other planets and using those technologies to commit huge crimes such as robberies, bank heists, and theft and extortion and manipulation behind the scenes. The members of the outer circle are ruthless and cruel members of the outer circle, are ruthless and cruel criminals, and are ruthless and cruel supervillains who are currently founded and led by Kenny and Caroline. Caroline is a girl who is a supervillain, and Kenny is a boy and a man who is a supervillain as well, who exactly lead this sacred terrorist organization known as the Outer Circle with the goal of stealing and extracting technologies and outer world technologies and other worlds technologies, and also stealing chemicals and other crystal technologies from other worlds and planets and civilization, which they use to exactly extract more minerals and more elements and more crystals from other planets in order to expand the organization and also the territory of the outer circle through planet Earth and through other known worlds and other civilizations across the sacred universe and across the known universe as well. During at that time, Sacred Light exactly supplied Kenny and Caroline and the members of the Outer Circle with more destructive technology and with more powerful technology of Shadow Empire technology, such as powerful dark crystal guns and powerful dark crystal weapons and destructive technology as part of the deal, and as well as part of the deal, and as well as part of the pact in order to expand the outer circles organization and territory as well. Sacred Light was very quietly pleased and very sadistically happy that he's managed to make an ally of the humans in order to supply them with endless technology and more technology as part of the pact and as part of the deal. Sacred Light exactly teleported straightly to his central command, which was his secret lair laboratory that is full of dark magical objects and weapons and shadow energy and also dark magic at its highest potential of dark power. During at that time, the Universal Prince approached Sacred Light with a very interesting offer, stating that he should join forces with him that can exactly benefit them in many ways. Sacred Light was reluctantly very pleased and very quietly interested with the Universal Prince's offer, and he decided not to exactly decline it, but rather to accept it, which could exactly benefit him in many ways. During at that time, Sacred Light exactly recruited a new group of dark magic users known as the Seconds, who were exactly formerly working for the Shadow Empire, who are now working for Sacred Five, and now who are working also for Sacred Light as well. Sacred Light decided to become the leader of the Seconds in order to lead them with great authority and place them under his leadership, stating that the Universal Prince will need more of their work and more of their abilities and more of their great extraordinary abilities in order to making sure that his new reign is powerful and as well indestructible. The Dark Magic users agreed that they'll do whatever they can to help the Universal Prince reign, make sure that it remains untouchable and also indestructible as well at that time. And Sacred Light was reluctantly pleased and very quietly happy with this development. During at that time, the Dark Magic users and Sacred Light on the 1st of July created a huge dark machine known as light energy, that is capable of harvesting shadow energy and magic energy in one full soup, which leaves behind death and destruction behind it. Leaves behind nothing but death and destruction behind it completely. The world becomes barbaric, becomes barbarian. It is the energy source and its life source have been extracted, and all its magical source have been extracted. The warlocks and the other magical users decided to fight the enemy with their newfound abilities in order to counteract the enemy's abilities and power, where Sacred Light was able to use his dark fire magical abilities in order to decimate them and in order to remove them out of the way. This exactly quickly drew the attention of the Universal Space Heroes at that time in order for them to exactly come to the aid, which they successfully did, and they were able to destroy the Dark Machine due to the leader's newfound abilities. Was able to use this power to destroy the machine. The crystal was destroyed in the process, and all the magic energy and crystals was restored back to its natural source and to its natural masters and owners, and the planet was restored back to its natural orders. During the time of the machine, Sacred Light decided to teleport himself away, and the other magic users and the other dark magic users teleported themselves away from the battle. leaving the Universal Space Heroes to exactly to be more concerned that there are more sinister threats here, more than just the dark druids and the dark witches and the monsters and the other forces of evil, and more than just Power Boy, who are also wreaking havoc on a large scale, meaning that the Universal Heroes will have to be informed of these sinister threats and these forces that are quietly wreaking havoc on a very, very larger scale. Secret Light was able to return to his central headquarters of his base of his secret laboratory, where he was able to conduct more further experiments to make sure that the Universal Prince's reign remained untouchable and as well indestructible as well during that time. During that time, he experimented with shadow energy, able to exactly combine shadow energy and its power, able to exactly merge and able to exactly infuse himself with shadow energy and as well as its power at that time, making himself more powerful and more immortal and more stronger at that time. And that exactly took place on the 1st of August. Where he became more powerful and more destructive than ever before. During at that time, Pablo approached him, exactly giving him more genetic freeze stasis pods in order to make sure that the army that he is exactly preparing for the Universal Prince needs to be ready and needs to be fully actively ready when he begins to take the Universal Throne when the time quietly comes. And Secret Light decided in order to experiment on the Sacred Army and also on these new experiments that Power Boy was able to extract from the Shadow Empire facility on another unknown world and planet, because the Shadow Empire was quietly good at conducting experiments with other living alien DNA creatures and beings in order to create another unknown super army capable of exactly using that super army to take over and rule the galaxy and the universe and the rest of sacred existence in the process. On the 10th of August, Sacred Light began exactly studying the cryogenic freeze pods and as well as the species that are quietly that are and as well as the species that are quietly stuck inside of the cryogenic pods that are quietly put inside of a deep sleep, able to understand its power and its immortality rate, where Sekabal was able to exactly put himself inside a cryogenic freeze pod, able to remain there for a couple of days and days and days until on the 29th of August, where he was able to come out. He discovered that his power, he discovered that his power was at its highest capacity and that he became more powerful and more invincible than anything else ever before. And he realized that the cryogenic stasis pod doesn't just have the power to heal and grant more anything else. It has the power to retain its immortality, and beautiful and butane as well, making him more powerful and more indestructible in the process as well. On the 1st of September, Sequoia attended a meeting of the members of the Order of the Twelve in an ancient dark crystal where the Memory Sisters congratulated the new enforcer known as Windmaster for telling the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders to exactly pledge their allegiance and their loyalty to the Universal Prince and to the Order of the Twelve, and also to Razor, stating that he also done a very good work and a very good job and exactly telling all the other race and all the other alien worlds and civilization to pledge their allegiance and their loyalty to the Universal Prince as well. And Sacred Light was very reluctantly pleased and very, very graciously pleased. On the 11th of September, Sacred Light and the dark magic users known as the seconds began activating a power ball of dark magic, able to exactly study its power and its capacity and its abilities at that time, able to try to understand its power and as well as abilities and as well as its immortality rate. During at that time, Sacred Light was able to detect and sense wars and powerful species that are quietly at war with each other, that are quietly fighting each other and detecting the universal magic heroes and the universal heroes fighting each other against, and with the Four Nation Hunters fighting against their greatest enemy and against their greatest foe and formidable adversary. And Sacred Light was reluctantly pleased and very, very happy. Sacred Light even attended a meeting of the Order of the 12 on the 15th of September, where the Universal Prince reassured the members of the Order of the 12 that everything else is in order and everything else is in place, that the plan will go accordingly to schedule the way it's meant to be and the way it can exactly go on. Meaning that in the plans are quietly successfully drawn together and everything else will come together the way it's intended to be. We assured the members of the Order of the 12 that his operation is well intact and that the situation is under control. And Sacred Light was reluctantly pleased and very, very, very gratefully pleased and successfully happy with this development. On the 1st of October, Sacred Light and the other dark magic users launched a huge attack on the Intergalactic Coalition's home bases with a dark magic besieging the whole base with a dark magic and abilities, where Sacred Light was able to teleport within the base in order to understand and gather intelligence on the coming wars and also in the sacred conflicts. After he done that, he told the dark magic users to retreat and also to teleport away, which they were able to do so. Sacred Light was able to gather the intelligence, was able to do so in his sacred in able to put together the intelligence within his central headquarters of his command, within his central headquarters, able to exactly understand exactly what's going on. He was able to sit in a room full of dark crystals and sit in a room of dark crystals and dark energy, where the dark magic users known as the seconds were sitting around him, and they were able to exactly focus their powers and the ability to sense the wars and the conflicts that are going on throughout space and throughout the rest of sacred existence. Seeing that the monsters are quietly winning the war and the Foundation Hunters are quietly losing the war, Sacred Light became very much quietly not happy with this development. He decided to exactly assist the Foundation Hunters, which could benefit the Universal Prince and his goals and his plans as well. He decided to exactly besiege the monsters with his dark magic and with his dark magic ability and with the rest of the other dark magic users on the 10th of October, which they were able to do so. The Foundation Hunters were quietly surprised that the dark magic users were quietly helping them and as well assisting them with their mission in fighting against the monsters, as Sacred Light able to teleport himself and his followers away before the Foundation Hunters could exactly finish them off, which was able to return to his central headquarters known as his secret dark laboratory lair, where he was able to exactly focus his energy and his power, realizing that the monsters are being summoned from the dark dimension and have been called away from their dark worlds and from their planets, and are being summoned by another sinister threat and another magnificent force of evil that is greater than the Universal Prince and the Star Prince, and the founders and the Order of the 12, and the founders and the Order of the 12, and the Order of the 5, and the Order of the 6, and the Galactic and the Unholy Alliance, and then Lord Shadow Jack and Lord Justin and Lord Power and Lord Winter King as well, meaning more greater than anything else. Sacred Light is in order to study the threat of the dark dimension in order to understand its power and its capabilities as well, which was able to use a sacred powerful ring, a dark magical ring, where he was able to focus his energy and power to understand more about the dark dimension's power and its abilities on the 20th of October, where he was able to conduct his experiments and understanding everything else. He was able to reactivate a powerful dark crystal and dark energy at the time, and after that at that time he continued to exactly understanding its power and its capabilities. Sacred Light even came to Earth on the 1st of November to help a group of Shadow Empire warlords and commanders to own the experiments with the other group of other dark magic users to conduct experiments on a Pacific crystal, which they exactly asked his assistance for, where he specifically released his dark magic abilities on the crystal, and the other dark magic users released their abilities and their power, and the Shadow Empire Warlords commanders released the skill sets on the crystal and as well as its power. Not until Firebird exactly stormed in and told the present villains to stand down, Sacred Light exactly complied with Firebird's command and decided to leave nothing else but frozen statues of themselves of the villains, who also was able to facilitate their escape as well. Firebird realized that Sacred Light is becoming a threat and also a force of evil that is greater than anything else, which he's scheming with the other villains and what are they planning to. He told the Universal Heroes and the members of the Universal Earth Heroes that Sacred Light is becoming a magnificent threat and a magnificent problem to the rest of sacred existence and to the sacred world as well. During at that time, Sacred Light continued to supply Kenny and Caroline with more destructive technology and more powerful technology as part of his agreement to fight off against the free people of the free worlds, or to fight off against the free people of the free world, where Organic Boy and the rest of his team were able to exactly have the free people fight off against the members of the Outer Circle, and Circle Light was gladly present, and he's demonstrated he was able to corrupt Soul Boy's power and his ability, able to use him against his own will to destroy and wipe out Organic Boy and the rest of the members of the Universal Heroes. But his greatest creation failed against him until Organic Boy was cleansed of his dark impurities and his power, when Solar Boy was cleansed of his dark impurities and his power, until Soul Boy and Organic Boy used their newfound abilities to attack Kenny and the members of the Outer Circle. Sacred Light teleported away, stating that the battle and the war is not far from over. It's just exactly beginning. Where he was able to teleport through his central headquarters of his laboratory on the 1st of November, on the 10th of November, able to conduct more serious experiments and more dark experiments for himself in order to understand the crystal and everything else until one Shadow Empire warlord exactly appears, stating that the Shadow Empires and the rest of the Shadow Empire warlords commanders saw their allegiance and their loyalty to the Universal Prince and also to the Order of the 12. And Sacred Light was relatively pleased and very happy that everything else is going according to plan and was able to teleport to the central headquarters of the Universal Prince's base, telling him that the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders have sworn their allegiance and their loyalty to him and to the Order of the 12 and to his new reign and to his new empire as well. And the Universal Prince was reluctantly pleased and very, very, very happy that for the coming future conflicts of the Sacred Galactic War, when exactly coming, he will need every ally and every member who can examine every associate of the Shadow Empire Warlords commanders to join forces against him in order to attack Red Bolt and the new Lolo Magic and his organization known as the Order of Power and his new empire that's quietly growing within the shadows of the Sacred World and of the rest of sacred existence. And Sacred Light and the Universal Prince shake hands, stating that they are powerful together and are stronger together. Despite this, guys, Sacred Light is very intelligent, very powerful, very, very, very ruthless, and very cruel. He's a very powerful dark magic user, capable of manipulating light energy and dark magic at will with the power of light teleportation, opening portals, possessioning, mind controlling, also reading thoughts, recreation, creating destructive technologies, combining dark magic with science as well in order to create destructive technologies and power for the Shadow Empire warlords and also for the Order of the 12 and also for the Universal Prince. He even forms alliances with a powerful group of criminals known as the Universal Prince, the Dark Time Witches, Nightmare, Power Boy, Memory Sisters, Razor as well, to utilize their resources for his ultimate goal and as well for his plan, and combining his ultimate goal with the Universal Prince's plan and combining his ultimate goal with the Universal Prince's ultimate goal as well, so that he can become the sole ruler of the cosmos and of the sacred universe as well, so that he can entrust it with chaos and destruction in a process so that he can learn and rule through the chaos and the destruction that they have exactly caused and created throughout the sacred galactic world that they've exactly created within the sacred world and within the sacred universe. Sacred Light exactly hates and hates undermining the Universal Earth Heroes and the Universal Heroes' abilities in thwarting his operation and as well his task and as well his tasks and his plans. He learns that he cannot ever underestimate them or ever take them lightly again, especially thwarting his operation and as well his plans. He learns from his failure and is a very reluctable, intelligent, dark magic user who has lived for many centuries. He's immortal, powerful, and invincible dark magic users. He maintains the usual basis of the Order of the 12 for them to exact operate from, and as well his secret and as well his central headquarters known as his dark secret laboratory, where he can exactly secretly operate in full secrecy in other dark worlds and other dark planets, where he can exactly operate in full secrecy. He exactly loves the Universal Prince's goals, and he exactly believes in it, that he is the sole ruler of the cosmos and that he will do whatever it takes to help him remain the sole ruler of the cosmos, even by removing his ultimate competitor known as the New Lolo Magic and the Universal Heroes and the Intergalactic Coalition and the United Heroes out of the way, which could benefit him and the members of the Order of the 12 in the process as well. His goal is big and very dark and very, very evil. Sacred Light has a grand vision for the rest of the known universe in creating monsters and powerful beings that can exactly wipe out the Universal Heroes, except for the Four Nation Hunters, which he quietly shows them mercy rather than to literally exterminate them. But he doesn't believe in the original Lolo Magic goals. He doesn't believe in the original Lolo Magic goals in exterminating and wiping out the supernaturals and aliens and superhumans in the process. He doesn't believe in that goal. He used to, but now he doesn't exactly believe in that goal anymore. He believes in the Universal Prince's goals and dream and grand vision for the universe and for the sacred world and for the rest of humanity and for the rest of the sacred universe as well. He's very ambitious, very, very invincible, and very, very immortal, lived for many, many, many centuries and for many, many years. He's very, very beautiful and very dark and powerful dark magic user, not meant to be underestimated, and one of the leaders of the Order of the 12. Well, that's it for today, guys. I will see you tomorrow at the exact same time. And remember, Keep pursuing your dreams no matter what. Don't stop. Well, have a blissfully day and an afternoon and evening. As you can see, it's still raining as usual, but I don't know if I'm gonna walk today for myself, but we'll see what happens today. Let's hope I will. But anyway, guys, enjoy your day and enjoy your afternoon. See you tomorrow.